Alright guys, we are back. We got another video, and this is Ronix. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. If I am not, please correct me in the comment section down below. Today it is most underrated characters in fiction. So let's see, he probably got like 3, maybe 4 characters to talk about. Let's get right into it. Make sure you like, and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified when I upload my next reaction. And um, yeah, Ronix and Ronix's channel, as well as the video we're about to react to, will be in the description down below. So go ahead and check that out after you're done watching my reaction. Let's get right into it. Why is he flexing the fit? Why?
Now
You guys said you wanted a part 2, so we is back with the underrated characters again. So many different characters you guys were saying in the comments on the last vid. I just had to run it back, and this time, in my opinion, these 3 are way more underrated than the last. So without further ado, let's get started with the greatest gunslinger on the planet, Eli Shane. Now this was a highly recommended character from the last vid, and I can now see why, cause the glaze this man received in his verse was insane. His father was that much of a thug, a goon, a quick draw specialist that all Eli had to say was that he's a Shane, and everyone in the 10-mile vicinity would start glazing instantly. Just by having that surname, people already knew he was nice. The whole family was practically the heroes of Slugterra, keeping the peace like they is a damn avatar, one Shane after the other. It was basically in his blood to stay clean. On his first day in Slugterra, he was already cooking straight veterans, had the crowd jumping like niggas in a relationship after hearing the word 2-man. This is crazy. Brody came into Slugterra with his aura already maxed out, had that boy Dr. Black stressing after he heard another Shane done pulled out. Bro thought he entered the bloodline. No. Whole time, Will Shane ain't just claim his own kid yet, was hiding bro from the world like his name is Duke Dennis. And throughout the whole series of Slugterra, Eli was straight terrorizing Dr. Black. Bro couldn't do nothing without Eli pulling up to violate him. Bro was out here getting smoked by a kid with max like 2 weeks of experience. Bro's been doing this his whole life. You're a victim. I know he was about mad as hell when he found out he had to deal with another Shane. Bro was doing anything in his power to take bro out in those first 2 episodes. He was out here telling randoms to use ghouls to fight him purely because he knew they would lose if they didn't.
Yo bro, use this goal for the match, I got you.
No, nigga!
Do you know who you're talking to right now? If you don't use this goal, I'ma have to violate you myself.
That boy Dr. Black is basically a Orochimaru, was part of the good guys until he wasn't chosen and went down the dark path of experimenting on things to gain power. You're weird, buddy.
You're weird!
But back to Eli, he was so tough he was able to master slug food, basically turning bro into Dr. Doolittle but with slugs instead, and was able to create the Mega Morph slugs, took Pokemon's whole flow word for word, bar for bar, nigga ain't even tried to hide it, copying off the page like these. And when you really think about it, Eli Shane was really just a good version of King Von in this verse. This is basically the guy with the best pole on the street and the one with the most skill. Brody is holding it sideways. You cannot tell me he ain't a thug. And the whole family is basically the best shooters on the block. Was so connected with their bullets, they was out here transforming. This is crazy. And if you dive even deeper, Slugterra is really just the hood, where you got niggas robbing in broad daylight and shooting at each other like it's nothing, with the Shanes being the resident policemen and Dr. Black being the cartel or something. But Eli Shane was really that tough, even saving his dad and teaming up with him to defeat Dr. Black again. That boy Will Shane was trapped in the deep caverns for years after his fight with Dr. Black. Ain't have no shower or anything, was walking around talking about he has so much aura. Nigga is green. Brody was fighting with the flies for the stench. This is crazy. But yeah, Eli Shane was really just one of them goats, up there with Max Steel in terms of childhood characters. But this now brings me onto my next character, and in my opinion, the most underrated person on this list. One of the goats of Netflix and the best reboot out there, Voltron. And I ain't even gonna be talking about one character, this about the whole show as a whole. It has
Wait a second. Get this fat fuck off my head. I don't remember hey man, this version of Ultron, I don't know anything about this version of Ultron. I didn't even know Netflix got their greedy ass hands on Voltron in the first place. This is news to me.
And I ain't even gonna be talking about one character, this about the whole show as a whole. It has to be one of the most underrated things I've watched in my life, and it's so tough. I must have watched this show about 5 times now, and I'ma rewatch it again after making this vid. This has to be easily in my top 5 cartoons of all time. And I know it sounds like I'm glazing like my name is FaZe K, but I do not care. This is one of the goals. Now let's talk about it. The fights in this show has to be some of the greatest things I done ever witnessed. Bro, just look at this. Dog, SDS don't even have these animations. F Ronnie and F Mike Wag. But these fights are really just a spectacle. Just amazing. All of them have me glued to my screen like these. Straight geeked. This is one of them shows that just take you by surprise for real. You click it thinking it's just another show that's just childish and boring. But Voltron does it in such an amazing way. It's insane. This nigga would really hit the transformation scene every time they filmed just to show the fit. And I ain't even gonna lie, this was pissing me off. It was like a whole 1 minute transformation that I've seen 50 times. Nigga, the fit ain't that hard. And I don't know why the enemies ain't just clock bro in the mouth mid transformation. Right. Brody was really hitting one of these in their face for a good hour and a half. Bro, if you don't attack. But the whole Voltron mech itself was just so tough. They really pulled bro out every single fight, knowing they was gonna win, cause this was supposed the strongest weapon in the universe. People was really out here terrified to go up against bro. It just wasn't a fair fight, except for Zarkon. This may just be one of the greatest villains out there, until he got slammed out by his own son of course, but still one of the coldest. Bro just couldn't care less who he was squabbling against, stood 10 toes down against Voltron himself and was winning. Had them moving like guys the second the white girls get drunk at the function, straight running in the wind. And that fight against Keith was so unexpectedly tough. Bro took off the fit just to show a better one underneath. Tell me he ain't clean. And after seeing this, Keith really thought he still had a chance.
the I just said he dropped like the chest plate and stuff, but the cape just levitated away. I mean, it looks like they're in space at least, but damn, this man he pulled a Piccolo. He just let the cape just disintegrate somewhere and tossed off all the rest of the armor.
But he quickly realized there's levels to this. Had the same feeling after seeing a 14-year-old dog like these. His dreams were instantly cooked. At 14 I was looking like this nigga. But Zarkon was really one of them ones. But my favorite character in this show was easily the GOAT, Lance. But I ain't gonna lie, this could have been a close tie with the main man Keith. After that whole mission with his mom, that boy came back clean. Found out he was half Gora and the whole Blade of Marmora arc was tough, I can't even lie. But the GOAT has to be Lance. Even though he looked like this, anytime he saw women above a 6 out of 10, he was the most underrated character on the team. Is crazy. Not only can he step up to be the leader of the team when either Shiro and Keith can't be, he's the sharpshooter of the team, and he bagged the fine shit Allura. Almost had his ball stolen by Lotor, but guess what he called? He called ball game. Just for her to die literally like 5 episodes later. Niggas really can't have.
Damn. He had her for 5 episodes and she got packed up. That's crazy.
Nothing. But you know we gotta talk about the leader, Shiro. Even though at the end he was a zesty fester, I ain't gonna lie, that boy Shiro was tough throughout the show. Every battle was cold. Him versus Zarkon in the Mind Realm, tough. Clone Shiro versus Keith, tough. One of my favorite fights for real. Him versus Sendek, tough. Bro was straight moving in every fight and the animation was top tier. But I can't even lie, Brody had it the worst throughout the whole show. Bro just couldn't catch a break. First dying in the big battle they had with Zarkon, then having to fight Zarkon in the Black Lion's mind, then being made into a clone, drifting around space for ages trying to find the Paladins just to have his mind taken over by Hagar. Dog, the writers just didn't like bro. They was doing him like his name is Spider-Man. But this show was really one of the greats for real. From the action to the story, to the villains, just incredible. But this now brings me onto my next character. He may be last but definitely not least, in my opinion, the greatest Red Ranger of all time, Casey Rhodes. You see, when I hear people talking about who the greatest Red Ranger is, I always hear them talking about that lame ass nigga Jaden Sheba.
These are two of the worst Red Rangers I have ever seen. Because they constantly get bodied. And they'll let anybody else on the team take leadership at any given moment.
Stand! I almost never hear them talking about the greatest Red Ranger to ever touch the franchise, Casey Rhodes. I don't think you guys understand how cold Brody was. This is his first day on the job and he's straight frying. Bro put the suit on for 2 seconds, started feeding himself instantly. Just peep the moves he's hitting on, bro. Him and Captain America are basically the same. He doing the most for the lowest level people. Nigga, this is a human. Brody flew down from about 200 feet and slammed into him with his shield. This is crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, that last fight with him and Daishi was tough. Bro was putting the straight beats on him, cause just peep the hands. If there's one thing this show had, was the straight fisticuffs. They was throwing them in any situation possible. An enemy could look at bro wrong, suddenly he getting hit with a 4-piece kick. Bro, stop. I know the little minions were mad as hell to see bro pull up, was out there for pure smoke, doing this.
The minions was always getting packed up for no reason. There'll be like 90 of them pulling up on 3 Rangers. They all know they're getting packed up. Because the moment a Ranger pull out one of their signature weapons, it's over. It's over. They pull out the freaking sword, the tonfas, the freaking random ray gun. Yeah, it's over for them minions. I would have quit. You would not have caught me lacking being a minion for the freaking alien, whatever these things were.
But nothing but love of the game. But anyways, bro beat Jared so disgustingly bad, it made this nigga switch teams. Bro was all buddy with him 2 seconds later, acting like he ain't been trying to murk him for a whole 30 episodes. Brody's acting like the Daishi was the one controlling him. He was a menace from day one. Was gonna slime out Casey for giving him a towel.
Nigga, what?
Just to get smoked himself. Dog, you suck. And he was the one that even released the Daishi in the first place, cause he wasn't chosen to be a Power Ranger.
He copied my whole fucking flow.
Word
for word, bar for bar.
And the Daishi ends up killing their master, but before he dies, he hits them with the Gran Torino. Switch him down, nephew. And Casey was really just like that, cause when he got that Jungle Master mode, he was out there frying the Daishi for like the 6th time in a row. Brody was putting the straight pose on him, no pun intended. With the Daishi,
I will say this fit the little booster mode form. I wanted that to be their regular costume transformation so bad, because I was like, this makes more sense. This matches the freaking helmet and the weapons so much better than their regular form. I was like, fuck it.
going outside was hyped up to be this big bad just to get laid out in front of his girl. No! Would have had to tell her to go grab the pole. You can't go out like this. Was out there getting cooked by the person he was meant to be. Exact replica of Tai Lung and Po. Or shall I say original, cause this came out first by like a couple months. And even after being...
Hey yo, Camille. She was fine as hell. I don't care what anybody say. Camille was so fine. Most of the time she was the main reason why I wanted to watch this Power Rangers series. She was the main reason. I was like, man, I better see Camille fine ass today.
Embarrassed, he decided to pull out a bunch of giants just for them to get smoked too by the Megazord. At that point, you just gotta hang it up. He has to be the biggest bust of the century. How you get Daishi powers and still suck, I'll be mad too. But he eventually joins their side. They take out the Daishi together, and I ain't gonna lie, this was some straight peak. At least for when I was a kid, cause now that I've grown up, I don't know how in the world this was tough to me. Furthermore, the whole Power Rangers franchise in a whole was kinda ass. I'ma keep it a buck. Just listen to this.
We did good.
Piece of cake.
We could have never done it without each other.
Thank you for leading us into battle. Bravo.
I'm very proud of how you've come together.
I don't know who was writing the script, but fired that nigga immediately. I know it wasn't meant to be good acting, but dog, the dialogue is cooked. I can't even lie. I don't even think I could sit through an entire Power Rangers episode without cringing once. Unless the GOAT Trent, the greatest white ranger on the planet, is in it. Other than that, I don't know. Nah, it ain't gonna work. But hey, this is now the end of the vid. You guys know I had to pull up with a part 2. Just let me know in the comments any other underrated characters you guys want me to do. Hopefully we can turn this into a whole series. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. All glory to God, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Right. But yeah, hopefully we can. I'm recording. This was recommended to me before. I didn't know there was a second version, but yeah, But yeah, I will say Jungle Fury wasn't my favorite, but it was definitely one of the ones that would get you through the day. It wasn't my favorite. I mean, Camille was. I'm telling you, man. Some episodes wasn't hidden without Camille. To me, growing up, to me, okay. But you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. That's been this reaction. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.